What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to discuss the recent stock splits in Apple and Tesla and how this affected the share price and my own portfolio. But before we get into today's video, it would be great if you consider subscribing to this channel, as we're now on 204 subscribers. So it would be great if you get to 210 by the end of today or even tomorrow. So I'm sure you're aware that there has been a stock split in Apple and Tesla over the weekend. And with Apple, it was a 4-to-1 stock split. It's not the first time Apple had done this in their history. And the reason companies are doing this is to drop the share price and dilute the shares so that the more average investors like you and I are able to invest in the stocks going forward. So as Apple changed from 4-to-1 stock split, the price diluted by 4. So you can see here that Apple announced a 4-to-1 stock split in late July, and it began the split adjusted this Monday. So the tech giant recently became the first company to reach $2 trillion in market cap, and the pre-split shares were reaching $500. It's the company's 5th stock split, and you can see in prior ones was June 9th, 2014 with a 7-to-1 split. In 2005 there was a 2-to-1. In June 2000 it was a 2-to-1 split, and in June 1987 there was a 2-to-1 split. We can see also that there was a stock split in Tesla that is flying. The price is going ridiculously high in the last few weeks and even months. And in terms of Tesla, there was a 5-to-1 stock split, and this also obviously is to encourage more average investors. It's to encourage more average investors to be able to afford to invest in these kind of stocks also. So probably one of the main questions everyone wants to know is, how does this affect the stock's share price, and if it made any big difference even today in market open. So we could even see, first of all, we look at Apple, and over the 1-day period since the split, it has gone up 4.33% or $5.40, and the share is now trading at $130.19 at recording. Over the last week, it was up 3.4%, and is up 22.5% the last month. Obviously, a lot of investors trying to get in before the split. And with Tesla, we can see that it is now $488 a share. It is up a massive 10.15% today already. Now, I found this one to be interesting because I thought once the stock split that people start selling off their shares, but in such is actually still going up. So it'll be very interesting over the next days and weeks to see, will this company still keep going on an upward trajectory, which I kind of find hard to believe because it's been ridiculous the last few weeks and months. Like we can even see here in the 1-month chart, it's up 70%, which is ridiculous. In the last 3 months, it's up nearly 200%. So in terms of Apple and Tesla, it has improved the shares price today already. As you can see, Tesla is up over 10% and Apple is up about 4%. So now we could look at how this affected my own portfolio. So with trading 2-on-2, if you have fractional shares, it does. So for example, if it's a 5-to-1 split, if you had 0.2 of a share up, it would turn this into a full share. But as I only had 0.1 of a share, you can see here in my free funds, it's €185 that they sell off that 0.1 of a share. So as such, I'm effectively not invested in Tesla at the moment, and I was going to get back in at this 5-to-1 split, obviously, because it's a lot more affordable. But I wanted to see over the next few days and weeks if this stock is going to crash or see if it's going to continually go up again. So as I said, I'm down to 24 companies in my portfolio now instead of the 25 because Tesla is gone. And in terms of Apple, I had 1 share in Apple, but obviously because of the 4-to-1 split, I currently now hold 4 shares, so I'm quite happy about that. I'm up just under 8% in this position. So in terms of going forward, I now have another €185 to invest, which I'm going to invest later on this evening after this video. I'm also going to be putting in a further €500 into this portfolio also, so I'm going to have about just under €700 or about $700 odd to invest later on this evening. What I'm going to start doing now is, because the auto invest came into play, as you saw in the last video, I just made a kind of a dummy pie here just to give an example last day how to create one, and this one at Facebook, Apple, Tesla and Amazon. But later on, I'm thinking of creating multiple pies for each of my 11 sectors that I'm invested in, as I feel it'd be kind of a lot better to kind of have an overall sector view for each one instead of having them all like I do at the moment. In my normal investment, I have them all just clumped in here as one big whole. What I also like about the pies is that you can also put in how much, like your goal, for example. So I just had a 10k goal in this fake pie here, so you can see how much percentage you are to your overall target. Obviously, as I stated at the start of this YouTube portfolio challenge, that I wanted to get this portfolio to €100,000 eventually. So that'd be very good to kind of have just a little bar here to see how far you're going and how it's performing. So as I said, I might be selling off some of my shares to put into these portfolios as on trading 212, just your companies that you're holding in. Like, for example, I already have shares in Apple, but they won't show up in this pie unless I sell and rebuy into the pie. One further thing that I don't really like as such is that up here in your overall portfolio where it shows your amount invested, like I had more, obviously the Tesla stock sold, but what I didn't like is that if, for example, if I buy into something new, I'm going to have more money than I actually initially invested, but it won't show up in the return percentage. So it doesn't really give an accurate percentage. Like I'll be up, like I'm currently up about 5% overall, but because the Tesla stock sold, I'm only up 3.3%. So that's kind of maybe something they could look into fixing once this trading 212 kind of develops over time. So I will probably start making the pies, as I said, and making each sector, or even might split it into, for example, 2 different pies. One being like a dividend pie, and the other one being a growth stock kind of tech kind of pie. So after this video, I'm going to see where I stand with that, and I will update you guys in the next video for that. So with that being said, that kind of brings the end to today's video. I just wanted to give a brief update on where I kind of stood with the stock splits, because I held both Apple and Tesla. So I just want to give an update on that, and I'm also I just want to give an update on where I am investment wise. So as I said, I have €185 in here at the moment in free funds, and I'm going to be adding in a further €500 after this video. So stay tuned for next video for those updates. And with that being said, that kind of brings the end to today's video. I just want to say thanks very much as well for the support. As you can see, the third video down here, the trading 212, I have 282 views, which obviously is nothing to a lot of people, but that's quite more substantial than my other videos as stands. Like I have 32 views on my second last video and 34 on my most recent. So it's nice to see the likes and the comments as well, and how everyone feels about their own portfolios, and it's good to kind of get an overall gist of how everybody is doing in the market. So keep commenting below, and I'll make sure to get back to you. So with that being said, that brings the end to today's video. Thanks very much again for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.